really came in at a very critical juncture in his swimming career so far. For all of us, it was important to make sure that he had the right technique and was coached the right way, that he'd become more efficient in the water. I think he's pretty versatile, a very versatile swimmer today, and I think that is because of the early focus on technique. Fluid mechanics really came in at a very critical juncture in his swimming career so far. For all of us, it was important to make sure that he had the right technique and was coached the right way, that he'd become more efficient in the water. I think he's pretty versatile, a very versatile swimmer today, and I think that is because of the early focus on technique.
Hello and good evening. Thanks for joining us. Looks like we're getting started shortly here. Some swimmers are lining up. I do not have heat sheets to share. As soon as I do, I do have them. I'm sorry. They just came in. So the first heat, girls 500 free. I'm going to just real quick read them off, and then I'll update it. McGrath, Sticko, ready to go. Phelps, Zagula, Hendricksky, Burns, and Space. So, again, pardon the pronunciation. Oh, we see him on the scoreboard there. All right, so it looks like we'll get started shortly. Hopefully, stream's working well for everybody. Had some scramble here, just getting everything going, so. All right, so it looks like we're about to go. First heat, first of the 500s. We're going girls, then boys. All right, sorry, I'm just getting settled in here. We'll get up and running shortly. All right, 25-yard pool here at Madison Area YMCA. I'm going to stay in this overhead shot just for a minute till I get settled. So if anybody's just joining us, they're just completing 50 of the 500. All right, so we're starting with girls, then we're going to transition to boys for Heat 2. Those names are now on the top right of your screen. All right, the swimmers are seeing 5 at the far end, so they'll come down and turn at 150 when they get back to the start end to the right side. So if somebody could comment in the chat if everything looks and sounds okay. Again, sorry we got a last-minute start here. Should have a little background noise, and then I'll do some commentating. I will not read all the names. I'm just with an 8-lane pool, and I'm here by myself. It's a little challenging. All right, so our lead swimmer is in lane 4 there. Saw a 9 at the far end. Again, these are probably seated. I'll double check. I believe they're seated fastest to slowest. That's correct. So again, this is event 1, 11 and over, 500 free. All right, thanks, Ken, for acknowledging. All right, so lead swimmer is at 12, so 300 completed here. Hopefully you can see all the splits and running time on the top. I'm going to kind of squeeze that up a little. So just trying to get good real estate here, keeping out of the way of all the swimmers. So the event is down on the bottom. All right, so real quick, we have events 1 and 2 are 500 frees, girls and boys. We have 7 total heats there. Then events 3 and 4 is 1,000 free. And then we have 2 heats there, and then we have 1 heat of the mile, the 1650. This is a pretty short session. We kicked off right at 5 o'clock, and the last event, even though it's a mile, and those seed times range from 20 to 22, that should kick off at 6:18. So probably, let me jump down the far end. That is not our lead swimmer there. Our lead swimmer is in lane 4, orange cap, just under the flags, turning with that blue sweatshirt there, the counter. That is our lead swimmer in lane 4. All right. So again, very short session tonight. We're back tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. So we'll be with you the whole weekend. Hopefully you enjoy our coverage. All right. Again, that is not the lead swimmer at the turn end. That's lane 5 that just turned. Lane 4 about to turn again, the blue sweatshirt. Just saw the orange squares indicating final 25. Let's get that finish there. Okay, no, Bell was a little late. Bell came at 500, not 450. All right. Nice swim there. That was Phelps in 4. Nice swim, Anna. She had a 5:01 seed time. Great swim there. Okay, so I have a couple different camera angles. Sorry, I typically do a quick intro. Again, got hung up at the beginning, but all right, so here we go with that. So we should have some finishes. All right. Again, I wasn't well prepared, but let me see. All right, here's a rough. Hopefully, this is. It's a little off from being aligned, but hopefully that gives you a little indication of where the swimmers are. Again, lane 1, top of your screen. Lane 8 at the bottom. All right, we're off here. So unfortunately, I didn't get a good warm-up, so I'm a little rusty here, so just getting into my groove. So now this is the boys. So I guess it would be considered officially Event 2, Heat 1. Yep, as you can see on the bottom left of your screen. So then after this, we'll go back to Event 1, Heat 2. So it's a little confusing, but we're going girls, boys, and 7 total heats here. Now on the top right, those names are now updated for the girls who will be swimming in the next race. All right, so our lead swimmers are seeing 9, so they're coming down for 250. You want to gauge a split here. That's lane 3 leading us out. So on the scoreboard, the rightmost column will have the running order there, so you can see lane 3 is leading us out. Again, that was a 250 split. I might have misspoke. I might have said lane 3. That is lane 4 leading us out. Sorry. That's Spencer Swanholm from South Jersey Aquatic. He had a 456 seed. It's obviously sub 330 on that split. He's on a sub 5 pace. Here he is turning at 15, so he'll come down for his 400 split. There's Spencer completing 400. 4 laps to go. All right, so there's the bell at 450 for him. All right. 25 to go for our lead swimmer there in lane 4. So there's only pads at the start end, so you won't see splits. So all those splits you're seeing are basically 50 splits. There's a great swim, 453 on a 456 seed. Great job, Spencer. All right, so hopefully, let's see if this works now. Nope. What's going on here? All right, so these should be the swimmers upcoming. All right. Again, now we're back to the girls. So, event 1, heat 2 now. And then we'll toggle back to the boys' side after this. And I'll get those names. Those names are now updated on the top right. Oh, sorry. All right. So I did say there were 7 heats, so it looks like, so after we have the boys that you see on the top right, those swimmers, then we go to girls, then we have boys, and then it looks like, yeah, the last heat is 3 swimmers of girls. So we'll stay with the cadence, girls, boys, with the last one being girls. 3 swimmers. All right, thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully the coverage is good and enjoyable. I mentioned earlier we're here all weekend, so there are individual streams. Hopefully you got a link to what's called a playlist in YouTube. And then if you think of each of the streams as individual chapters of a book, so there'll be one for each session. If you ever get kind of lost or you want to tell somebody kind of how to find it, one of the easier ways, or if you're trying to watch this on a TV, if you just go to YouTube and use the search capability and search for Common Guy Sports, 3 words, that'll take you to the main page. And then from there, anytime you get there, you'll see a couple different things. You'll see either the stream that's live, it'll have a red box in the bottom right saying live, or you might see an upcoming indication. That little cable there is a little annoying. So let me go move that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. Sorry about that. So it looks like our lead swimmer in 4 is seeing 15 at the far end. Here, I'll give you a, can't really see it there, but maybe we can see it here. So that's a 15 turn coming down for her 400 split. All right, so there are announcements in-house. I have trouble understanding what they're saying, so I don't know if you guys are picking it up any better. There is a microphone hanging over the edge, trying to pick up some of the deck sounds, but all right, here's our bell lap. So that's Amber Wang from RY. All right, again, on the top right are the boys' names. If you're just joining us, we're kind of toggling back and forth between the girls and the boys within this this whole session. So events 1 and 2 are intermixed. So up next will be event 2, heat 2. And this should be the boys. Yep. So again, just that blue text there, I'm just dropping that on the screen. It should eventually match up with the scoreboard based on the names. And what you see there is name, age, team affiliation, and the seed time. All right, so that information is not updated, so please refer to the scoreboard on the top left for real-time information. Similar to the orange text you see on the top right. That will not get updated. That is just an indication of the swimmers in the next race. All right, so this is a 500. Anybody just joining us? 20 laps of the pool, 25-yard pool here at Madison Y. Lane 1 at the top of your screen, lane 8 at the bottom. While we have a second, I want to acknowledge Fluid Mechanics. You can see their ad on the top of the screen. I got to clean that up. So they're sponsoring this weekend's meet and also sponsoring part of the live stream. So big shout out to them. At the beginning, I was running a couple commercials for them. So they're a swim instruction organization. They do a lot of either in-person or virtual through videotape. And they produce some very successful swimmers. So there's a pointer up there to their website and their email address. If you're interested, take a look at the website or reach out to them. So I want to give them a thank you for all their participation and sponsorship for this weekend. So here's lane 5 leading us out. So our lead swimmer here is seeing 13. So he had just completed 300. Sorry, I didn't highlight that. There's a 350 split for lane 5, and then everybody else following up. All right, so there's our lead swimmer turning on the left end, the turn end of the pool. So here's a 400 split. All right, so here's lane 5 completing the 500. 5:08. So that was on a 5:28 seed time. So nice 20-second drop there. Madison area Y zone swimmer Ali. All right, so this should be the. All right, so we have 6 swimmers here, lanes 2 through 7. All right, so this is now we toggle back event 1, heat 3, and then we'll move to the last of the boys, which will be event 2, heat 3. And those names are now on the top right. And then after that, we'll have one heat of 3 girls in the last heat. So we have girls in the pool now, then we'll go boys. And then we have the heat 4 of the girls, which will be 3 girls. Thorsian, Knoll, and Thompson. Then after that, we'll move to the 1,000. We have 1 heat on the girls, 1 on the boys. And then after that, we have 1 heat of the mile, the 1650. right, so swimmers are turning. They're going to the turn end. They're seeing 9s. So they just completed their 200. They're at 225 now at that far end. And they'll be back for a 250 split. Oops, sorry, I'm wrong camera. So here's our lead swimmer in 2, closely followed by 4. So that's their 400 split right there. Yeah, because they're seeing 17s at the far end. All right, so here's our bell for lane 2. So there was some, I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted with something. There was some great swims there, so great job, ladies, against the seed times. Okay, here's the last entries, the last heat of the boys. And then I'll get the names updated for the 3 girls in the last heat on that side, and then we'll move on to the 1,000 after this next heat. All right, so the boys' name, the 3 girls are on the top right. This is the last heat for the boys. So our swimmers saw 7 at the far end, so this is a 200 split coming down here. All right, so our lead swimmer is over here in lane 6. You see him coming into the wall, followed by lane 5. So they're seeing 15s as they come down here. This will be a 400 turn down here on the right-hand side of the pool. So this is, my name's Mike from Common Guy Sports. Again, hope you're enjoying it. I'm always open to comments, feedback, ideas, and input. I always get the request for underwater cam. Unfortunately, I can't do that for insurance reasons. But any other ideas you might have, please, reach out either through the coaches or there's an about page on my YouTube channel which has an email address, which is, let's hear the bell. And the email address is commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. Again, that's all one big word, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. All right, so that was 876. Lane 6 turned, so the second swimmer from the bottom is leading out. The swimmer towards the bottom at lane 7 still has a 50 to go as he comes down. He's in a turn here. So, again, 6 is finishing, 7 is turning, has 50 to go, and then 5 just above 6 who completed will also be finishing. So, my eyes are not good. So, looks like CJ DeLilu there, lane 6, came in with the 6:11 seed time and swam a 5:33. Great swim there, CJ. So if you are with us over the weekend, I'll probably add one more camera. The one I also like to add is almost, so you see where the starting light and horn is hanging on the pole there. I like to simulate kind of a view from there, looking back at the swimmers' faces, so get a little, call it the grandma shot, so grandma can see a face that they recognize. So I'll try and get that in place for the weekend. If you are with us, those names did not get updated correctly. So that's no problem. So up on the scoreboard, the Colorado system is very robust. So as they were even flipping around between different heats and events, the times are all retained. So the names is, in a sense, just cosmetic within Colorado. It retains kind of lane, and then it has a race number if you're not familiar with Colorado's inner workings. All right. So this will be our last 500. Now the names you see on the top right are the entries for the girls only heat of the 1,000. So the way it worked out, we do have, I believe, we have 8 entries for the girls and 7 entries for the boys in the 1,000. And then we have 8 entries in the mile, or the 1,650. All right. So again, very quick session tonight. And then we're back for Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday morning. So great way to spend our holiday weekend here at the pool. Okay, so our swimmers are all seeing 5s, indicating 5 laps as they turn there. So they're coming back for 6, which is 150 yards complete. So that was 200 complete as everybody turned on the right side. So those last splits. So with the beauty of YouTube, even though this is a live stream and depending on if you are fully caught up, there are clocks kind of across the pool. So in real time, as I say this, it's 5:43 and 7 seconds, 8 seconds. So even though I'm live streaming, much like a DVR can do, you can hit the pause and you won't lose anything, and then you can either pick up or skip ahead. And when this is complete, the stream will be there on YouTube, so you can rewatch it. I know we have some competition this weekend with the football games and other things, so just like you should record the football and watch this real time. You do have the choice of doing it the other way around if you so desire. So this is a 400 split for our swimmer in lane 3. So seeing 17 there. This will be a bell lap for our swimmer in lane 2 as she comes back to the start end. That was a great swim by Aurora there. Thorngren. She did the math, made the math very easy. Came in with the seed of 740 flat, 741 flat. Swam a 641.25. So 59.75 off that seed time. Great job. Similarly, dropping time there in lane 4. And lane 5 came right at her seed. So let's get these names updated. All right, so now we're moving to the girls' 1,000. And we're off. Okay, one heat on the girls' side, one on the boys' side. The names on the top left are the swimmers in the water. And I'll update those names in the top right. The top right names are now updated. So if you're not familiar, as you see the counters at the far end have sort of like a broomstick connected to the counting boards. Sometimes you'll see the counters actually leaning over and having to squat down to put those in the water. So these are a little more convenient, a little more ergonomic. So they still flip similarly, they just have kind of a latch on it so it's locked in place. All right, so our swimmers are seeing 5 at the far end. So those last splits you saw were the 100 splits. If you're not familiar, up on the wall in the backs, on the tops of your screen just under the windows, those are pictures of the seniors from Madison High School who utilizes this pool as their home pool. Hard to see from that camera angle, but looks like the 4 pictures to the rightmost are boys and then the rest are girls. So it's not a boy and girl breakout based on where they are on the wall. So that was 200 splits there. Swimmers are seeing lead swimmer here in lane 4, seeing a 9 at the far end. Lane 1 at the top of your screen. So we are swimming all 8 lanes here. Lane 8 at the bottom of your screen. So turning there, in lane 4 is our lead swimmer, seeing 15, so coming down at a 400 split. So middle of the pool there, orange cap, it's our lead swimmer, lane 4. So leading us out, that's Francesca Danucci from South Jersey Aquatic. Came in with a seed of 10:59. Second place, lane 5, Molly Newman, Madison area YMCA. And then lane 7 is currently in third place. That's Madison Golden from South Jersey Aquatics. I've not checked, but I think the information is all in Meet Mobile. And then after the results are verified, you'll get updated. Should have splits and everything. Traditionally, Madison is very good at doing that with the assistance of just-in-time timing. So Justin, James do a fabulous job doing the scoring administration and then doing all the settlement of any DQs and so on. So again, on the top right, those boys' names, that is the other heat of the 1,000. We have one heat on girls, one on the boys, and then we'll move into the 1650 after that. So 2 more races after this one. So that's a 600 split, right? No. I guess so. It's 24, so sorry. So our lead swimmer there, Francesca, is seeing a 25, so she'll come down for 26. So this is a 700 split. For our lead swimmer there in lane 4. That's 30 laps there complete, 3/4 of the way done for our lead swimmer in lane 4, Francesca Danucci. So real quick, I'll just run down. So lane 8 is displaying a 29. Lane 7 is displaying a, geez, I just missed it as it went in the water. A 33. Same with 6 and 5. Now 5 will be coming down. She's touching at a 34. Lane 4 is being displayed a 35. And then jumping across, lane 1 is seeing a 29, lane 2 is seeing a 33, and lane 3 is seeing a 35. So hopefully that's not too confusing. Sorry, it's, you know, with these longer races. 40 total laps. Again, we're being led out by lane 4, seeing a 37. So she just completed 36. So 900 yards done. So now 25 into that, so 75 to go. So lane 4, middle of the pool, orange cap, leading us out. That's Francesca Danucci from South Jersey Aquatics. Here she is, 50 to go with the bell. So lane 7 there, Madison Golden, 12-year-old, came in with the 13:35 and just swam at 12:01. So, great job, Madison. Well, great job to everybody being in the pool for 40 laps. But just want to, highlight some of the significant drops. In lane 8 there, Marina Barbarsi, pardon me if I'm mispronouncing, came in with the 14:58 seed. So, minute and a half drop there. Great job. All right. So here we go with the boys. Here's their lane assignments. And we're off. All right, so I'll bring up the names for the last race, which will be the mile. So our swimmer there in lane 4, that's Raekwon Noel, South Jersey Aquatic. Came in with the seed of 9:28. So seeing those high 20 splits, very impressive. All right, so that's a 100 split there for all the boys. Yeah, and 40 laps here. Now on the top right are the names for the swimmers. So that's a mixed 1650. We have women in lanes 1 through 4, and then men and boys in lanes 5 through 8. So that's a 200 split right there. All right, so that was a 400 split there. No, one of the boards says 25. That's not right. So lane 1 sees a 13. 2 saw 15. Lane 3 is incorrect. Ignore that one. That says 25. Lane 4, our lead swimmer, he's coming down, touching at 18 at this turn. He sees 19. And then lane 5 saw 19. What's going on? I guess, sorry, 5 saw 17. And then same with 6. And then 7 is 15. I'm sorry. So traditionally, you turn it as the swimmer is coming on their way back. Some people are turning it right as they turn. So if I look late, I'm seeing it. So still leading us out is lane 4, putting a great pace down. Lane 3, his board is wrong. It's saying 23. That's incorrect. Hopefully the swimmer is not relying on that. So again, so our lead swimmer here in 4, middle of the pool, about to turn. Sees a 23, so he'll come down for 24, which will be 600. Putting up a 30 flat split. All right, now lane 3 looks like it's corrected. I don't know, it shows 19. This. Hopefully the swimmer's not getting confused, but so lane 3, the officials should have an eye on it and be able to rectify it. It just doesn't seem like the counter's putting it properly. All right. So lane 4 here, orange cap, middle of the pool. Again, that's Raekwon Noel, South Jersey Aquatics. That was 30. Is that 20? Jeez. I'm sorry, that was 28. I'm. All right. That was 28, 700 split. He just saw a 29. So this is a 750 split. All right, so maybe I figured out what's going on with lane 3 because he's now showing a 15. So maybe they counted up to the 500 and then counted down. I don't know if anybody wants to comment if you've seen that before, if that's a motivational thing, or hopefully that was coordinated beforehand. Traditionally they count up, but maybe that board that doesn't have all the numbers. I don't know. All right, so that was a 31 for our lead swimmer there, lane 4. That there, jeez, can't see. That was 36. That's an. That was a 900 split there. So he's under a 30 splits. He's seeing a 37 at the far end. I'll get a long night's sleep tonight, so. All right, so Jill, you confirmed he's counting down. I was not a swimmer. A couple daughters that went through many years of swimming, but I thought traditionally you just count all the way up. So. All right, so that was the bell for our swimmer in lane 4. Seeing the red block indicating 25 to go. All right, so Jill clarified that's how they do it in Europe. Thank you for that, Jill. So lanes 1 and 2 are displaying 33s. Lane 3 has a 5. Lane 4, 5 complete. Lane 6, 37. Same with lane 7 has a 35 and no swimmer in lane 8. All right, so lane 3 has 50 to go as he turns there. Lane 2 will have 50 to go as he turns. And lane 7 down here is finishing up. This is his last lane. All right, so swimmers for the 1650. Here's our lane assignments. Again, 4 lanes towards the top are women, 4 to the bottom, boys or men, depending. $66 laps for this. And then after this event concludes, this is the last race for this evening. So we're back tomorrow and Sunday for full days, and then Monday we have morning. There's 2 sessions, but it should be done by, I think, 12:30 on Monday is our kind of ending time. Again, the results should be in Meet Mobile. So thank you for joining us. Anybody dropping off that was here for the thousands, appreciate you joining. Have a good evening. Heard we have some viewers from Florida, so glad you can join us. Again, always open for feedback. I try and display the names. I think it's a little easier to see to visually kind of scan through the names in the upcoming race. I've heard, some people request more of an announcer to read off each. Unfortunately, kind of a one-man show here. So if there is anybody local that wants to get parent volunteers for volunteer hours, always could give you a microphone if you wanted to join in. Again, this is Mike from Common Guy Sports. Hope you enjoyed it. And stick around. Here we have 20 minutes worth of swimming left to go. So that's a 200 split there for our leader, lane 7. Again, we have first 4 lanes, top of the pool, 1 through 4 are the girls, bottom 4 are the boys. Scoreboard's not differentiating those in place, so in running order, I should say. Again, event like this, it's more about your time. So it looks like the swimmer in 7 withdrew. He's out of the pool on his own power. He's sitting on the block there talking to a coach. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So our lead swimmer there in lane 6, followed by lane 5. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of the counter in lane 6. So she's turning it as the swimmer is touching at the far end. So he's seeing a 35 at the far end. And then flips it as the swimmer touches at the far end. So 36 laps done for our lead swimmer in lane 6. So I just got notified. That's why I was a little away from the microphone for a little bit there. So initially there was 2 sessions on Monday. One of those sessions for the older kids is going to be moved up until Sunday. So if you are a parent and responsible for getting your kids here for the correct time, please sync up with the coaches. I don't know if that was updated in Meet Mobile. All right, so I need to do some updates on the YouTube links. But real quick, so there's a website, mposwim.com/MLK. And that has updated information. So my links for Saturday, tomorrow are all right. We start at 10 a.m., meet at 11, 12:30 and 4:30 are the actual swim times. And then Sunday we have 3 sessions, session 5, 6, and 7. Kind of runs from 10:30 until 5, and then Monday is 10 and under only, running from like 10:40 till 12 o'clock. So please sync up with your coaches, or if your children aren't aware. So I think what had happened is one of the Sunday sessions that I was told that we're doing got moved till Saturday. So again, I'm not the official word. I'm just kind of scheduling my streams to be in concert with what's going on. So I'll get those updated tonight. But we're all as planned for tomorrow. Tomorrow being the Saturday session. Yeah, so initially the session 8 was the 11 and 12-year-olds on Monday. That is moved up until Sunday. All right? So again, please resync with coaches or the children. They should have information. And again, if you're joining us late, swimmer in lane 7 withdrew. He was able to get out of the pool on his own. He was talking to coaches. So our leader there in lane 6 just saw 49, so he's coming down for 50. We have 66 total laps here on the 1650. So just to recap real quick, so lane 1, I see a 45, lane 2, 49, lane 3, 47, lane 4, 45, lane 5, 53, lane 6 already turned at 53, and lane 8 has a 49. So again, our lead swimmer here, lane 6, Owen Weller from Madison area Y. Came in with the seed of 1808. So he just touched at 56, so 250 to go. So we have age ranges here from 12 to 18 years old. All right, there we have our bell lap. Great effort there, Owen Weller there with our low time in the 1650. Yeah, and Peter Lambert there, lane 5, 14-year-old, came in with the 1822. His seed was at 1937. Great swim. Oh, there's a bell on the women's side. Sorry, I guess they are swimming. I'm sort of independent. So that was lane 2, Caitlin Schwartz. So lane 8 is seeing 25 to go. Same for lane 3. Lane 1 is a 61 going into the water there. Same with lane 4. So both swimmers there just saw 63. So they'll come down for 64. 50 to go, and as they turn on the right side here. All right, so at 6:38 p.m. we'll conclude this session. Again, we're back at it tomorrow, 3 sessions, and I'll get updates on the schedule for Sunday. As I understand, there'll also be 3 sessions on Sunday, and then Monday morning session will just be 1 session for the younger kids. Again, this is Mike from Common Guy Sports. Thanks for joining us. Got a little bit late start tonight, but hopefully we got underway and you enjoyed the broadcast. Again, open for comments, feedback, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. Thanks again, and have a good evening.